Aneel Gambhir, CFO at Blue Dart, joins in for a quick chat on their numbers. Aneel, hi morning. Your top line growth has been good, but expenses also rose more than the revenues, crunching your margins and bottom line. What were the challenges that you faced in Q3 and to what extent have they receded?
Good morning to all of you. Yes, what you mentioned rightly, that there is very healthy growth on the top line, but on bottom line there is some challenge which you are seeing. And if you are following our press releases, you would see that we have taken up very aggressive expansion plan in this year, and that's where we are adding various locations. So just to give you an example, we are currently about 18,000 pin codes from about 7,000 pin codes about a year back. So that aggressive expansion which has been done by adding facilities and newer locations, obviously when you create that infrastructure, that takes time to give returns on that. So that is where we are seeing some impact on the margins, which are not as good as one would expect. That is a short term pain which probably will create a value for long term. That's where we see that though if you sequentially look at it, margins have improved, but probably it will take some time to come back to the reasonable levels what we have been having in the past.
Right. You've been investing in deepening reach across Bharat. How much do tier 2, 3, 4 for that matter towns contribute to the revenue mix versus key markets currently, and how do you see that mix progressing into the future?
Yeah, there has been very encouraging results of this expansion, but it is too early to comment because we have been adding locations, and large number of locations have been added, including the pin codes, which obviously will take maybe 12 to 18 months time. So we have been expanding till about September, and now we have seen very encouraging results. So maybe another year's time we should see that all these locations breaking even.
Okay. In 9 months of this fiscal, your revenue has grown 15%, but profits have fallen 35% year on year. How much do you see EBITDA margins and profitability improving over the course of the next 10 to 15 months compared to the top line growth expected?
See, generally we have not been giving guidance on the future earnings, but our expectation is that in times to come, maybe once this locations starts giving good returns, and we will get that leverage, because cost sits upfront while we leverage the capacity which has been created over a period of time. So we expect healthy margins to come back maybe another 12 to 18 months time.
Right. Lastly, have to ask you, what are your expectations from the budget? And as a leader in the express logistics industries, what is the sector wish list?
I think as all of us know, and we have been reading in media, this is more of a vote on account kind of a budget. So from I'll be a little surprised if there are some major policy decisions are taken, announced in the budget. But then if I keep that aside, we expect the budget to be progressive. If this was not to happen, I mean, if it is not election time, probably we would have looked at it, logistics sector now, getting industry status, and accordingly entire infrastructure created in terms of, enabling growth and facilitation of trade and business. That way, probably, going forward, government, if a new government comes in, they must look at it providing an enabling platform through policy changes. That's what the kind of expectation we would have. But at this point of time, it is more of a vote on account. So any major policy decision probably may not come.
Okay. Thanks very much for joining us and giving us those details about your business. We wish you the very best for the future.